Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to our YouTube live stream. Get a residency without moving permanently or spending full time in the country you apply to? Is that possible? The answer is 100% yes, and it is legal. We're not talking about being sneaky or fudging paperwork or smuggling yourself through a land border to make sure that the authorities don't realize you didn't spend enough time there. We're talking about actual legal programs that allow the applicants and their families to spend either minimal or no time at all in the country of their choice where they plan to keep a permanent residency and potentially even a future citizenship eligibility. Can you become eligible for citizenship without living full-time in the country you've applied for citizenship? In most cases, the answer is yes, that we're covering in our top three today. And only in a few countries we'll talk about while there will be restrictions, but allowing you to know in advance before you apply if you're just interested in a permanent residency without moving there full time, and where you can obtain potential citizenship, another passport as an American, Canadian, or any other nationality. So that's what we're covering today. And the facts, no gimmicks, no promotional offers, no special events or effects in this video, no editing, no censorship, just exposed truth like the rest of our videos on our YouTube channel. Quick introduction, if you don't know me, my name is Reza, founder of Ingwe Global Residency and Citizenships, your gateway to secure low-risk investments, alternative residencies, and passports. We have an active portfolio of more than 20 countries and services that opens up a world of possibilities for investors and serious professionals seeking returns on their investments, alternative residencies, and/or citizenships. Our team is licensed both in real estate and residency citizenship programs. We work with B2B and B2C channels, meaning we cooperate with financial investment advisors, real estate brokerages, and directly as well with individuals and families like yourself. At Ingwe, we've successfully helped thousands of families since 2018 with overseas investments and programs. Our existing portfolio includes Europe, Central America, North American region, the Caribbean islands, New Zealand, and even Micronesia. Whether you're seeking to invest in real estate abroad, aiming to retire comfortably and enhance your quality of life with positive cash flow, find crypto-friendly tax countries, or perhaps even acquire direct citizenship without moving anywhere, or fast-track residency, which we're covering today, whether it's for yourself, your clients, your future generations, we offer that diverse range of options for you. We're not a typical sales company. We educate you, provide you with resources, guide you, and help you weigh all your options based on risk, returns, and matching your short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. You can consider us as a custom solution provider. Our global partnerships and multilingual team speaking over 10 languages ensure no matter where you're from and where you're planning to invest in or apply for, we're there the whole process, not just at the beginning. If you want to ask us questions, engage with our office in Panama or Canada, make sure you visit our website or fill out the form just below this video. So let's jump into it. So you want to have another residency for yourself, your family, or maybe even your parents or single independent siblings, and do not want to move from your current country of residence because you already have a comfortable life. And it's not an emergency. It's not like you're escaping, right? So what's the rush? You and your family just like options, like everyone else. It's like having a second or a third home, or 2 or 3 cars, or having more than one investment portfolio with various financial institutions, because we all know you can't have all your eggs in one basket, right? Many call it a plan B, but we like to call it options. It's like creating options for yourself and perhaps your children. In our industry, the global mobility, residency, and citizenship sector, we always assess the applicants based on 5 simple questions to advise them correctly on their next steps and to meet their goals. These questions are: 1, do you plan to apply for a residency program that leads to citizenship without moving? 2, do you plan to apply for a residency program without moving to the country full-time and citizenship is not a factor? Or 3, do you plan to apply for fast-track citizenship without moving anywhere at all? 4, do you plan to apply for a residency program to move permanently full-time to the country? Or 5, do you plan to invest and diversify your financial footprint globally without moving and are not even bothered with any immigration programs? Well, For the purposes of our video today, we'll focus on the questions 1 and 2 and touch lightly on question 3, meaning you don't want to move at all, but you want to gain citizenship, or you just want to get a residency without citizenship. And of course, number 3 is you just want to buy a passport or citizenship, which is 100% legal. And that's a whole nother topic, but we'll touch lightly on that, and we'll refer you to our other articles and videos where we've discussed that. Let's start with, do you plan to apply for a residency program that leads to citizenship without moving there full time? If the answer is yes, you only have 3 realistic options: Portugal, Panama, Uruguay. The reality is, if you do not want to move full-time to the country of your choice and still plan to become eligible for citizenship down the line, and there are not many programs out there with that flexibility, and I will also rule out some of the other countries so you know why they didn't make our top 3 list today in terms of residencies to citizenships without actually moving there full-time. Let's start with Portugal's flexible residencies to citizenship pathway. Portugal has always been the most popular program in the EU Golden Visa space since 2012. It remains one of the most flexible programs for residency and citizenship, with only 45 days residency requirement in 5 years under the Golden Visa program before becoming eligible for citizenship. And there will be a small footnote later on about this. Of course, you need to also have a language requirement of A2 language proficiency certificate in Portuguese, but you can always choose to do a language pathway program in Portugal at a designated school to meet these requirements, which may take around 4 to 5 months to spend there at the end of the 5-year mark or whenever you plan to apply for citizenship. But the residency is minimal, basically forcing you to vacation there 45 days in 5 years non-consecutive, which will be 7 days in the first year, 14 days every subsequent 2-year period. And of course, this is all non-consecutive, meaning there's a lot of flexibility. This sounds like you just need to vacation there more than anything else, to be honest with you. An EU's passport, Portugal being part of the EU, for 500,000 euros, which is invested in an approved fund in Portugal, giving you returns on your investment and ability to cash out after the 5-year period when you convert to permanent residency or citizenship in Portugal. Of course, digital asset funds are there, traditional funds are there, more conservative funds. There's hundreds of funds, and we have a nice spreadsheet of these funds, by the way, if you ever want to reach out to us so you can compare. And yes, they actually do pay us a commission, and we'll split that commission with you so you can offset your legal fees. With an EU passport, you can reside full-time in any of the 27 countries in the European Union, travel visa-free to over 187 countries around the world, including US, Canada, Australia, UK, and way more countries, which makes it a very popular passport and powerful, more so than any other passport for sale in the world. Here's the catch, and there's always a catch. The government of Portugal has tabled a new regulation in June this past year to extend the citizenship timeline to 10 years instead of 5 years, as one of their main campaign promises before the election results. This new regulation is not passed yet as of the publishing of this video, but is planned to be debated by the end of September 2025 in Portuguese Parliament, with most legal experts of the opinion that can drag on until the end of the year before it passes law due to several unconstitutional parts which can be challenged. Since it is unconstitutional in Portugal to apply new laws retroactively, anyone who applies and submits their immigration application under the Golden Visa program before this new law passes will be most likely eligible for citizenship in 5 years instead of the new 10-year rule. Keep in mind that it's sometimes, and that's my mother-in-law. Hello, mother-in-law. Keep in mind that it sometimes does take approximately 30 to 60 days at least to complete the investment and file your application because of the whole process of the investment. Hence, timing is key. Let's look at number 2, Panama qualified investor visa for flexible citizenship options down the line and no full-time residency requirements. Panama may not be as popular as Portugal, and it's not in Europe, but it is cheaper, faster, and has even less residency requirements and zero taxes on all your global income through a jurisdictional tax regime. Here's the key data to know about the Panama Qualifying Investor Program and the Friendly Nations Visa, which is also part of the Panama program, in case you're interested in a residency where you don't need to spend time there. The Qualified Investor Visa of Panama, through the purchase of real estate, a fixed deposit, or investment in stocks in Panama, any nationality can qualify for this program. The investment is $300,000 US for real estate, or $500,000 in Panamanian stocks, or $750,000 in a fixed deposit in a qualified Panamanian bank account, basically. You obtain a permanent residency, not a temporary residency like many of the EU countries. The permanent residency processing takes about 4 to 6 weeks, and then the investment process also takes 4 to 6 weeks. So the whole process is around 90 days. You make the investment, get the Ministry of Commerce to approve your investment certificate, passes on to immigration, they do a check, and you're good to go. You only need to reside in Panama 1 day every 2 years until the 5-year mark before becoming eligible for citizenship. That's pretty minimal. Each year, your PR status has to be renewed by proving that you have been holding the qualified investment in Panama. You don't need to be present in the country to complete the renewal, and investment can always be switched in between. It does not need to be exactly the same investment that you originally started with. To apply for citizenship in Panama, there's a Spanish cultural test about the history of Panama, which has been the same exam for the past 20 years. So the answers are very public. We recommend you to stay 4 months at the end of the 5 to 4 year period before applying for citizenship to obtain your Panamanian passport. Or you can continue to hold the residency for another 5 years if you maintain that investment without the need for citizenship application or continuing, and you just continue 1 day every 2 years to pop in and leave. It's a pretty nice place, actually. Safe, really nice people, great banking, tax-free, crypto-friendly, 20 to 32 degrees all year round, and the only major city where you actually have a rainforest around the city. It's pretty nifty, I must say. I was there in April. What about the Friendly Nations visa? You're from Europe, you're from UK, you're from America, you're from Canada, you're from South Korea or Japan. Citizens of these countries, or even South Africa, and many more countries are eligible to apply for this residency program in Panama with discounted rates. We have the full list of this Friendly Nations visa on our other video and article, which we'll post after this. This program only requires a $200,000 investment to qualify instead of $300,000. The catch of this program is that you receive a 2-year temporary residency, which is convertible to permanent residency after that 2-year period. So the program is slower to obtain the residency compared to the Qualified Investor Program, which is open to all nationalities. The Friendly Nations visa residency takes 4 to 6 months for the approvals. However, the path to citizenship is the same, the 5 years. And you only need to hold the investment and spend 1 day every 2 years to qualify for that citizenship. So it's the same exact pathway to citizenship as the Qualified Investor Program, except you need to invest lower amounts. The citizenship eligibility is the same no matter which one you choose. And at the end of the 5-year period, we always recommend a 4-month period to spend time, familiarize yourself, solidify your ties before you apply for citizenship. And of course, we will give you the answers to those questions and the questions itself. There's no catch with the Panamanian program. There's no rule changes coming up, and Panama allows all nationalities to apply, no restrictions. Even Russian citizens can apply for this program. They're allowed to visit the country visa-free even before the residency application or investment is completed. The reason many applicants and families choose Panama is it has 100% zero tax. It has 100% tax-free on personal overseas investment. 100% tax-free on your overseas personal income, including crypto. So whatever money comes from overseas into your Panama bank account or where you make, they don't care about that. It is 100% tax-free. They don't tax you on that. You can include parents, and it's possible to share the investment with your parents, or they pay for you. Dependent children up to the age of 25 can be included. The whole process can be wrapped up and completed in 90 days before you arrive to Panama to do your biometrics and collect your PR cards and then leave. Opening a Panamanian bank account is easy and fast. Even non-residents and expats can open it. It's quick and easy. The ROI on your real estate investment in Panama can provide you with 5 to 6% net or 7 to 8% gross positive cash flow every month into your Panamanian bank account in USD currency. And it is fully managed without your involvement by the developers if you choose to do that. We recently published an article on the ROI in Panama real estate versus Canada and Dubai. So you may want to check that out. We're going to post that after this. Remember, we're always posting about these key details for investors and entrepreneurs for new programs and policy changes seeking ROI for their investments, residencies, passports, or tax relief. And that, if that's what you're interested in, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more deep down dive videos. Next on our list is Uruguay. Last but not least, of course, definitely under the radar. And I'm not sure you ever have read about the programs, and I'm sure you've never seen it in any marketing pitches or on websites. It is on our list today because it is an alternative solution, which is interesting for several reasons. And we do specialize in alternative residencies and citizenships, as you know, and investments. Here are the reasons. It costs less than $90,000 to apply for this program in Uruguay for residency. These are fees. They're not an investment. You receive a permanent residency on arrival, not temporary. The whole process to obtain PR in Uruguay can take 9 to 12 months, and you don't need to be there till it's approved, and then you can come in. So it's faster than many EU country programs. You can obtain your citizenship in 3 years and not 5 years for couples. If you're single, unfortunately, it's 5. But if you're a couple, it's 3 years. The citizenship requires an interview in Spanish and proof of ties in the country, which we can assist with to minimize the hassle. You only need to visit the country twice per year, which is located in Central America. The passport after 3 years can give you access to over 170 countries, including EU, Schengen region, UK, and more. Taxation, you do not become a tax resident of Uruguay if you receive your permanent residency in the country. No wealth tax or inheritance tax globally. No nationality restriction on who can apply and who cannot apply for this program. These 3 countries we covered are probably the only 3 countries we can recommend which are residency to citizenship and don't require you to live there full time, okay, or at all, like very minimal. We did have Bulgaria on our list, which we didn't publish, but we thought that not everyone can probably learn Bulgarian at the 10-year mark, although you only need to visit there once a year, and it's part of the EU. Just putting that out there so you know that that's also an option if you're interested, or maybe you've got Bulgarian ties in your family. Notable mentions and why we didn't include some of these countries like Malta on our list today. Well, Malta offers the best PR program in all of Europe, hands down. Fast, relatively cheap, and no requirement to reside in the country at all during the 5-year PR period, which is renewable, although citizenship does require residency and language ability. Malta just updated its program 1 day before the publishing date of this article, whereby it has lowered its contribution for family members to qualify, created a temporary residency, which will be issued immediately within 3 months after the initial security check, before the final PR within 1 year. And applicants can finally rent out their properties in Malta, which was a major restriction if it was your primary residence for the purposes of maintaining your PR status. Italy's investor visa and non-investment programs do not require full-time residency in the country. You can maintain your residency without any minimum time to spend in the country, have access to the Schengen region. It's a temporary residency, but converting to PR status after 5 years or citizenship in 10 years, whoa, it's a long road ahead for that. It's not easy. That's why we didn't make our top 3. But if you're just interested in residency, Malta and Italy are definitely on your top list. So what about citizenship by investment programs? Well, in the Caribbean and Pacific regions such as Nauru, St. Kitts Nevis, Grenada, Antigua, Barbuda, St. Lucia, and Dominica all offer direct citizenship passport programs without the requirement to visit the country even. They, at least before you get a citizenship. They all have 100% tax-free programs for non-full-time residents under global income and can offer visa-free access and easy, fast dual citizenships, which can take from 3 months to 12 months, depending on which program or island you choose, based on either a one-time donation or investment, depending on which island you're dealing with. We have 2 articles published based on these programs with head-to-head comparisons and all those nuances that nobody talks about, which we're posting on our article and putting those links there. Folks, if I talk too fast for you, that's okay. You know, it's better than talking too slow. You can always, when we posted this on our YouTube, do a rewind, put me in slow motion, and figure out what I just said, okay? The key is don't leave your global mobility to chance. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. You know what the second best time was to plant a tree? Is now. And that applies to your decision to apply for citizenship, a residency, an alternative investment overseas for yourself, maybe your family, maybe your future generations, because you can pass on these residencies and citizenships to future generations, right? Or maybe your parents or independent siblings who are single and they still depend on you, right? Well, that's what we're talking about, and that's what we've covered. Thank you for tuning into our live session. We're going to jump into our comments and questions because it is a live stream on YouTube. If you see the potential for yourself, your family, or the clients in securing a second or third citizenship or residency, make sure to stay connected with us with the latest updates and opportunities for global residency, citizenship, and investments by subscribing to our YouTube channel. We're dedicated in making customized solutions for your needs with clear, transparent, upfront processes, payment milestones, and all the disadvantages and advantages for you to know about before you decide to sign. We offer a variety of programs to match your goals backed by our expert guidance. It's all about transparency, choice, security, and peace of mind. With comprehensive professional insurance and client trust accounts in our North American banking institutions, we protect your interests. Plus, our multilingual team, speaking 10 languages, support our clients from 55 different nationalities. Ready to take the next step? Click the link below to contact us, fill it out. If you're a qualified applicant, we'll reach out to you. Maybe you can get on a call with me. If you want a one-on-one consultation with me, of course, we've included the link as well. And of course, we have questions. You tune in every Thursday to our YouTube live channel, 11 a.m. North America Eastern Time, when we're online right now, right here, uncensored. And of course, you can ask us any questions about global residency and citizenships that we cover in our portfolio. And I have Samveer as well here, who's going to ask us probably about Startup Visa Canada, which is the only federal business immigration program with a direct PR option. Samveer, how are you? Nothing is moving, Samveer, for the SUV right now because IRCC stopped or minimized processing of permanent residency applications from December to July this year. We believe that the processing will start in September again. For PRs, work permits are still being issued, and the timeline that you've seen on the IRCC, which is the Canadian Immigration website on processing times for SUV, is because the 7-month timeline where they did not process anything. There was a few cases, there has been refusals, and there has been very, very few approvals. I'm talking about like less than a handful, and it's rare. Okay, so they are doing some internal housekeeping. Everyone knows they're changing their structure in terms of the supervisor of the SUV department is coming in September, a new manager, and they will start processing, and you're going to get about 2,000 approvals between September to December. So hold on, folks. It's coming. It's like a dam which is cracking and the water is going to come through. Wait till September, October, November, you'll see everything there. Okay? So I mean, whether it's good news or bad news depends on your specific case. But that's what's happening. Basically, not much is happening, okay, besides the work permit processing by the overseas embassies and the work permit renewals for SUV applicants inside Canada who are receiving 3-year open work permits. for themselves and their families. Okay, no problem, Samir. Folks, if you're interested in pitching or a question or a comment to us live, you can come in every Thursday, 11 a.m. on YouTube. And if you're not, you can watch a recording of this. We've got other videos that we're posting, and you can reach out to our office, use the links put down below. You want to get on a call with me, answer a few questions. If you qualify, you and me can be talking to each other. And remember, we don't sugarcoat it, okay? We're not a sales company. We're a custom solution provider. We educate you, you make a decision, then we help you, if that's what you choose, okay? Thanks, folks. We'll see you soon. See you next week, and we're going to cover way more items next week. We're talking about passports, residency, crypto-friendly jurisdictions. Why are you paying taxes on your crypto income? Are you? Why? Right? What is that? And our international real estate portfolio, where you can buy real estate directly from developers all over the world without even having immigration status in these countries, and have positive ROI and have secure investment in very solid currencies and investment portfolios all around the world. And that's what you get when you deal with us. Okay? See you soon. And remember, don't just apply for the sake of applying. Apply with a plan. Okay? Thanks, Anvir. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll be back here. And if you missed this live stream, you can just watch it immediately right after this session. And we'll be back here next week. Again, every Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is the local time in New York, Miami, Toronto, Ottawa, New Jersey, Michigan, and all these places. Okay? Thanks again, folks. Take care. See you soon.